and welcome to Bond. Today we are in a home where I think you're going to learn one or two things. Because we're discussing Bond today, and coincidentally the name of the program is Bond. Like the name implies, bond is central to the success of every marriage. How do you bond? What does bond mean to you? Those are the kind of things that we're going to discuss today. But before we do that, let's quickly go to our chant square, and when we come back, you'll meet our couples for today.
Imankari yo fanarido. Nso kendi na manbogon suguyo. Itiso yiso kut mietu fan. Ngwongade dem kondego fanaba. Njere mongte ngwaranka wami. Afo chendidok miede medem. Imankari yo fanarido. Eje cherogo bun barawaiba. Cherogo yene kasi etera. Nso kendi na manbogon suguyo. Mambo idung fonte for mani dem fo. Eyene ka meni teme yene ka san gerinam. Amambo idung kuwo sansan. Amambo idung kem ben. Eri edo ka ba se ke bena wa manye ku sana banbo. Ikot nyin kem fre min do mo fo. E mambo idung mo fo. Nte mani dem mo fo. Emi eri uyomi obon okada ware. Esa somate.
Welcome back. The program is still Bond, and we're in the house of Mr. and Mrs. Amadu. Hilary Amadu. Tell us. First, let's start. How long have you been married?
Actually been married for 12 years.
12?
Yes.
How did you people meet?
It was actually more like a Christmas thing. You come home, Christmas, like that. And it was more like a yearly affair. Then there was no just, so each time we meet Christmas, we discuss, we talk, and we discovered that we're becoming compatible until probably after my service when I indicate proper interest. I say, look.
So when he said, I love you, I want to marry you, Yusef, he just jumped into the...
Sharply now.
Not quite, because he felt I had an under G. That is, I had my own arrangement somewhere. But he was very, very serious about the whole thing. Okay. And that was the first man that would walk up to me to say, I want to marry you, with all seriousness.
I had a lot of comforts that I was in Federal Government College Ugala. She was in Holy Rosary. So after holiday, I go to Lagos, and not until Christmas time again when we get to, and sometimes maybe inter sports where they invite one school or the other, and you now find ourselves running into each other. But all through it was fun. I showed a lot of interest, but she was one woman that had no interest in the whole thing. But until maybe when I showed sign of seriousness, I was going to visit her one time, and I met her on the way. And
where did you see? Where did you meet the Amram?
No, she was in school in Bauchi.
Okay.
So I left Ilorin, going to Bauchi. Then we got around Toto.
Okay.
Robbers, everybody parked, and like that. I was in a private vehicle. And after a while, the road clear. We were struggling. Who was going to go first? So when I got to what they call it, when I got Bauchi, and I told her the story. I think after then she started taking me serious.
Okay, so you said he was the first man who came and said to you with all seriousness, I love you, I want to marry you.
Yeah, apart from taking you out on a date, at least he was the first man that was serious.
And because he was the first man, you
No,
agreed
as
to marry
in-
him, or because you loved him?
Not quite, because the love was not there. The love grew over time, I would say.
But you agreed to marry a man that you were not in love with.
Not quite.
You were not afraid.
It was like, it was very serious. I saw the whole seriousness
Okay.
in him. So somewhere along the line, my sisters, friends would talk about him, trying to persuade me to really see a reason why I should marry him. So along the line, the love.
You should give me a chance.
So, over time, in the last 12 years
Yeah,
of the marriage,
Yes.
12 years, yeah.
did you think, or did you stop to think that you have made a mistake?
Not at all.
And what
It's
about
been growing daily.
the love has been growing daily?
Yeah.
That brings us to our topic, bonding.
Yeah, I think after a while we discovered that there was this, actually, yes, that word bond. There was this relationship. You know, you could see her as a mother, as a wife, sister, father, son, you know, relationship. And it was so close that, you know, there was actually nothing we don't share. You know, actually nothing we don't share. From business to welfare to the children to spiritual to everything, you know. And I think it's really interesting. It's more like an institution.
So what do you do as a couple to really bond together as a couple? Not as a family, outside the kids. What do you do to
First
bond?
thing I would say is spirituality. We pray together as husband and wife. Then communication. You know, we talk a lot. Give ourselves room. The need for us to, if we find that something is going wrong one way, going back to the drawing boards to see how we can fashion out ways to provide solutions. Problems come one way or the other, but there is always room for us to provide solutions.
Most situations we rarely sleep on our problems, you know, no matter the challenge. You know, you can, I'm the kind of person that the only way out is to keep quiet and stay off house. But by the time I return and discover that, or Hakukele, you know, like that, is it because I spoke in okay? I mean, it's okay like that. So you could see the petness, you could see the pampering, and you could see the passion. You know, you could see that she's really a woman, she's ready to stay, you know, unlike when you find other institutions, you know, more like Tom and Jerry. You know, but
In the course of our talking, you said something like there's this special delicacy or something you prepare every Sunday or something you love to eat every Sunday. What is that? Do you want to share
In
it?
most cases, it's coconut rice.
I think all of a sudden I became specialist in cooking coconut rice. I grate the coconut, soak it in hot water, do all the frying, cook for the family on Sunday. Because of the nature of what I do, I'm always out of town most of the time. Or I travel, so any weekend I'm around, I take over the kitchen for Sunday.
So when he's in the kitchen, taking over the kitchen, what do you do?
They sleep. I wake them up to eat when I'm done.
What do you mean they sleep? Is it in the morning or afternoon or when?
After service. In most
Okay.
cases, yeah.
So when you come back from service, you go to sleep.
After breakfast, then we rest while you.
I take over the kitchen.
Really? And you eat the food.
Why not?
What does it taste like?
It's really interesting now cooking what your husband cooked, because most men are not domesticated, so it's
In fact, one of
fun.
my favorite is washing plates. I love washing plates. So each time I come to the kitchen, plates are dirty. I feel very uncomfortable, and it's like I'm on top of my voice. So each time I go to the kitchen, I wash plates.
When last did people go out together to dance or do something as a family?
As a family, okay, the last outing was Christmas. We went swimming, family, Sheraton, like that.
That's over 4 months ago.
Yes, as a family, but because from Christmas to now, I think I must have spent just 2 weekends in this town. I'm always out of town. But of course, last Saturday we were out. We attended a conference together, a pre-gala conference.
Ethnic nationality.
Yeah, and we both contributed. She was in the syndicate of
Energy, oil and
the
gas.
oil and gas. While I was in traditional institution and judiciary, and I presented for my group.
What has
From
that got to do with energy? What has the national confab got to do with energy?
Actually, the confab was all about issues, especially the Gala nationality, the issues, talking about state creation, the exploration within the Gala area, when we're looking at the Okaba coal, we're looking at the oil, and all those. And because she has a background of a geologist, she decided to, she keyed into the syndicate of the conference, and she contributed.
You both are from the same town.
Yeah.
Do your children speak your language?
Yeah, they do.
A little. Okay. So tell me, what can you say in your mom's or your parents' language?
Cholafia.
Bond is tense, is emotional, is personal, psychological, physical between husband and wife. Bond is the closest relationship that a man and woman experience in marriage. I think that's the closest relationship, or the closest a man and a woman can ever get, or the closest relationship that God had ever created. Stay with us. We'll be back on Bond. Welcome back. The program is still Bond. My name is Maimuna Yahaya. We're still talking Bond, as the name implies. The union, the unity, the closeness, the friendship, the love, the affection between a husband and wife. Husband and children, father, son, and we have one sitting right in front of me. How many? How are you? How old are you? 9. And how old is your sister?
2.
She's 2. What's her name? Eden. Good. In the course of talking, he says that he's out most of the time. So when he's away from home, how do you cope? Especially with the kids.
It's tasking, but since it's something that I've prepared my mind about the whole thing, so coping with the kids has not always been a problem because my mind is made.
Okay.
And whatever comes out of it, this is my home, and I'm ready to put in all it takes to make it work.
That's good. How about you? When you're away from home, what do you miss most about home?
I discovered that most of the time, each time I come back from work, the first person that comes are the kids. Daddy, welcome, like that. And she usually is behind. So, in fact, the funniest thing is that even Eden opened the door. The moment he heard the sound of the car or the gate opening, no matter how late. One thing that baffled me is that even when it's late, I discovered that they are still awake. And one of the things we don't do is force them to bed. Because as much as possible, I like nature to take its course. They sleep at their convenience, but of course, we make sure they eat when it's due time and they read when it's due time.
If you leave them to stay up late, do they wake up or do they struggle waking up in the morning?
They are so used to. They are so used to waking up early and wanting to go to school. Norma goes to school. That's her slogan. Norma goes to school. And it's even funny that even on Sunday, when you are taking her, I say Norma goes to church. Norma is the Igala
name.
Which means that God owns her.
Oh, Norma goes to church. Norma goes to school. Not Eze goes to school.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, let's come back to that. That's one thing. How best do you express your love or feelings for one another?
Okay, most situations it has to do with communication. I discovered that she can call me 100 times a day, check on me, where are you? And I used to think it's only one way until a day she had a program in church and I came back before her. Oh my God. Me too, I started calling. She now came out and said, oh, so you used to feel it too. Of course, you know, me, I'm a hugging person and a kissing person also. So each time I come like that, I hug her, you know, give her pegs like that.
Can you show us an example? Oh, so when he hugs and kisses you, that's the way you react?
Yeah.
So,
She grabbed me from the back. Sharply.
That's good to know. That's good to know. So, tell me, how do you relate with these kids? Apart from bedtime, doing homework, doing other things, do you take them home often? Not really.
not really.
Why is that?
In most cases, like the last time we went home with them, that was about 6 years. After then, I went to school, so I relocated from out of Abuja.
That means she's not gone home since she's been born.
So I was there 4 years in Kefi,
Okay.
Nasarawa State. I had a program there, in Nasarawa State University. So I was there.
Did you go with the kids or you let them behind?
I went with them.
You went to school with the kids?
Yeah. So it's like another home to me, and my husband was not there with me.
Oh boy.
So he was somewhere working, and we were just there like that. So it was not easy.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, what really happened was, okay, she had to go back to school after her diploma to get a BSc, and I was a bank manager in Kogi, in Enyimba.
Okay.
Yeah, from there also I went to Makurdi, to another bank as a bank manager also. So because of that, sometimes I come maybe weekly or 2 weeks, and because of her school, maybe when she's on holiday, the children are in school, or when they're on holiday, the section is not really favorable to permit movement. And in most situations, I really don't. I'm not the type that encourage, you know, moving family home, except when the need arises, and not for anything, but of course, I'm always scared of these Nigeria roads. You know, how do you put everybody on a road that's not really friendly? You know, but we thank God today things are getting better, and we started going home.
All right, the program is still burned. We're talking with Hilary and his beautiful wife, and then there are lovely kids around here. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back. The program is still burned. My name is Maimuna Yahaya. We're still talking burned, as the name implies. All right, before we leave you, if you have one word to say to people who are out there who are married, what would you say to them?
I would say they should stay close, communicate, give room to express love to each other. Because love is not a one-sided thing. It's something that needs to be reciprocated. So if it's the man that is giving, the woman too should also try to give.
Okay, what would you say to that young African man of today about marriage?
No, I think the most important thing is to show care, you know, and affection is very key, because the little experience shows that no matter the barrier, if you give that affection, it translates to the bond, translates to the institution, you know, and it's usually interesting. But a lot of people feel because I don't have the money to do it, I don't have what it takes. But it's not all about that. It's just all about the heart. If your heart is willing, and you'll be able to get it right.
All right, it's been burned today. We are not going to go out of this set yet because we have a wise counselor waiting to talk with you today. But before we leave, let me sum it up. We've talked about love. We've talked about bond. We've talked about kissing. And then you see the union. We are here playing with everybody around. So everybody is bonding. The kids are bonding. We are bonding. Let's hear the wise counsel of the day.
Napoli, Tate, Giali, Funa. Napoli, Puma, Giali, Funa.
Hello, viewers. We're talking about intimacy in marriage. Intimacy is a fundamental part of the marriage relationship. In fact, in the Bible, in 1 Corinthians 7, from verse 3, it says that a man should render to his wife due benevolence, and they should not deprive one another. In fact, it goes on to say that a man does not have control of his body, but the wife does. The same thing applies to the wife. Now, what does that mean? That in a marriage relationship, you should be intimate with one another, but very often we have challenges. Challenges because intimacy seems to begin and end with the bedroom. Your wife will not be able to give herself fully to you unless she feels loved. Even though for the man, sexual intimacy seems to be a basic requirement to have a good relationship. So how do you marry the two? In this year, in this age where both partners are working, very often you come back from work, maybe you come back at the same time, both very tired. The wife is working away in the kitchen, cooking, washing up, and the gentleman is sitting in the sitting room watching television and impatiently waiting for his food to arrive. He finishes eating, leaves the wife to wash up, goes to bed, and is lying down waiting for her to appear. And then he now wants to get romantic when she gets into the bedroom. If I were the woman, I would have a headache and get tired. And now stresses begin to build up in the marriage. If you have a young couple, for example, you're just starting up, why can you not help her out in the kitchen? Oh, they will call me woman rapper. Well, it's about your marriage. It's not about what somebody else will say. Help her clean up. And then she's going to feel more appreciated and more loved and more willing to be intimate with you. I think it is very important that we take intimacy beyond the bedroom. Should be able to hold hands and talk with each other and communicate. Intimacy is not just about the bedroom, it's about being able to communicate, being able to share your thoughts, being able to share your aspirations, and you become real soulmates, and then the bedroom can take for granted. I think these are very important and fundamental issues you must deal with if you're going to have a good relationship.
Well, we've talked about the good sides of this marriage. We know that marriage is not a bed of roses. It's full of thorns and full of roses. So tell us, what has been most challenging for you two?
Ordinarily, for a marriage of this magnitude, you can't rule out challenges. And they come in different forms. It comes from parents, it comes from spiritual. Well, I think most importantly is just to keep praying and keep believing God. And it's all about understanding. And the moment that is grabbed, if you understand, because it's more like a societal phenomenon, and it keep happening. So far so good. We'll be able to weather the storm spiritually and conquer whatever it takes.
None ever quarrel.
We do. We don't sleep over.
Quarrel.
Really?
Yeah.
You quarrel and you don't sleep over. Does that mean you don't get angry at him?
We do, but in most cases, we find a way.
Yeah.
What way?
He is always quiet. Once there's any problem, he goes out of the house. I wait Anytime he comes, I call him, and in most cases, he's not ready to admit, even if he's at fault. So,
I think it's just the ego in a man.
Ooh, you agree?
Yeah, sure. Usually, I always want her to pet
yeah,
me,
for peace to
pamper
reign.
me,
So I always.
tell me sorry, and she's always there to say sorry.
We move on.
Just move on.
Yeah.
That's our story on Burn today. I hope you enjoyed what we have to say to you. You just move on. They never sleep on their quarrel or their disagreement. They find a way of resolving it. I don't know what you are going through in your marriage, but we encourage you to resolve it. Make it work. Make the marriage better. So long as you can and for as long as you are alive. The bond between a husband and wife never ends. The only person who can break the bond between a man and woman at any point is God when death comes in. That's the only way that there could be a break in the bond. But these days we hear that marriages break up. We know, we see it, and this is why we're doing this. We encourage you to keep your marriage together. Stay with us same time next week on Band. Bye-bye.